That's what you call a face plant, by the way.
Yeah. But some falls, of course, can be a lot more serious than this one. And Dr. Douglas Lundy is joining us with tips on how to avoid winter injuries. I mean, you could break bones easily, falling on ice.
Yes, let's talk about the most common scenarios on snow and ice.
Thanks, Jim. So as we know that the surfaces like streets and roadways and walkways become very slick in winter conditions, it's always important for us to have shoes or boots with slip-resistant soles. We see a lot of wrist, hips, and ankle fractures in this time of year because of the injuries.
Is it mainly on the sidewalk or when someone is going to get their mail? Or what scenario do you hear most of?
It's a lot of times just around the house where people go out to see if it's slippery. And so they go out.
And they sure enough find out, don't they, in that situation?
Yeah. All right, what about something I love to do, like shoveling snow? You can get injured doing that too, right?
And, and Jim, we're not as young as we used to be. And so the problem is we want to go out and shovel snow, but it's much better to push the snow than it is to shovel. Lifting snow, especially wet snow, can cause a lot of injuries to backs and to shoulders and things like that. Once again, it's important to keep up with it throughout the snowstorm rather than waiting to where the snow gets too much accumulation of this.
And, we show a lot of video of kids kind of falling and kids out shoveling and everything. Is it the kids that get injured more, or would you say the adults get injured more? I think adults, because the kids have a lower center of gravity, right?
That's right. So we're higher off the ground, so we have further to fall. And most of the kids tend to be a little bit more resilient. So when they do fall, they tend to
bounce back, literally.
Absolutely. And we don't.
Well, especially the big wipeouts.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see all these beautiful ice skating rinks, even in the South. People get out, they put on ice skates, they're all jacked up, but
that's right. That's exactly right.
That hurts.
So let's talk about driving also, because it's not only walking, right? There's a lot of injuries because of driving in the snow. Would you say that driving accounts for a lot of problems?
Yes, we see a tremendous amount of injuries in the snow and ice, especially throughout the country with this, and this becomes just real trauma. This is much more than wrists, hips, and ankles. These people get pretty severely injured. So it's important to give more distance and to drive carefully.
So you got to walk on ice to get your car. What do you do?
Wear slip-resistant soles and be so careful. Don't just...
Do you walk like a penguin?
Yes, sir. And be real careful. Be very, very careful, just because you can lose control.
How about winter sports?
A lot of people get hurt every single year because they get into the backcountry. It's very beautiful. It's a great thing to do, but skiing, hiking, climbing in the backcountry. Make sure somebody knows where you're going, and it's always best to go with somebody else because people unfortunately die every year because they get stuck in the backcountry.
Yeah, or an avalanche. Heed those warnings for sure. Dr. Douglas Lundy, thank you very much for talking to us.